So
Good boy. What's got you down?
this darn physics problem. I don't
Let me take
know.
a look at that.
Don't know how to do it.
It's not about that, Brendan. It's about F equals MA.
What's F equals MA?
Here, let me spell it for you.
F is for force that's exerted on an object.
M is the mass of the object.
A is for acceleration or rate of velocity out here on the big blue earth. Word.
Wait. Wow. Hello. Newton's second law states that a body of mass m, subject to a net non-zero force F, undergoes an acceleration a that has the same direction as the force and a magnitude that is directly proportional to the force and inversely proportional to the mass. Hence, A equals F over m, or as we more commonly know it, F equals ma.
This fundamental concept of physics is applicable to every aspect of life, ranging from sports to space shuttles. However, in order to master the formula, one must understand certain rules. For example, one must understand the units behind each aspect of the formula. A, or acceleration, is in meters per second squared, which of course comes from the fact that acceleration is a change in velocity, which is in the units meters per second, over time, which is in the units of seconds, which when combined yields meters over seconds squared. Mass, or m, in the formula is in kilograms, which is essentially the amount of matter of the object, or how much it resists the acceleration. Lastly, these two units, when combined, yield kilograms times meters over seconds squared, which is known as Newton, which is the unit for the force that is applied.
Additionally, one must understand that it is the force, which is a push or pull, that causes the acceleration. For an acceleration cannot cause a force.
Lastly, one must see that the acceleration only applies as long as the force applies. For example, throwing a ball. By the time the ball leaves your hand, it is no longer accelerating in the x direction at all. It is only accelerating in the y direction due to the force of gravity applied at the Earth's surface.
This understanding of the basic principles of Newton's second law allows for the comprehension of more complex versions of his law, namely, weight equals mass times gravity.
Now, mass is same no matter where you go. Like, for instance, mass on Earth of something that could be 10 kilograms. In space, the mass will also be 10 kilograms. That means it will resist the acceleration the same exact amount no matter where it is. Because in the formula, force is equal to mass times acceleration, not weight. Now, that mass here on Earth would weigh 98 newtons. If you multiply the mass, 10 kilograms, times the gravitational acceleration, 9.8 meters per second squared, and it gives you 98 newtons. That's the weight. However, the weight in space would be 0 newtons because the gravity is negative. Here's how acceleration is related to weight. When you're moving upwards and fighting gravity, your weight will seem greater because in addition to gravity, the acceleration of the box or container that you're in pulling upwards will be felt on your body, making the weight seem greater. However, it works in the opposite direction also. For instance, take a zero gravity plane. Because it reaches its maximum and falls with the same acceleration as gravity, it will feel weightless on you. Here's a real world example of Jake and myself in an elevator.
Notice his weight greatly increases as the elevator accelerates upwards. In addition, his weight decreases as the elevator decelerates to a stop.
By applying the formula F equals ma, we can solve such complex problems as finding the acceleration of a pulley system with masses connected on either end.
First, you must set a direction of motion. Because the heavier mass is on this side will be going in the downward direction, while this one gets pulled upwards. Then, you must determine the forces acting on each block. On the block of one mass, there will be a force acting mg, pulling it downwards, and tension, pulling it upwards. So, you plug that into the formula of F equals ma. You have tension, which will be the stronger force because it's pulling it upwards, minus mg, pulling in the opposite direction, is equal to that mass. And this is the block of 1. And then, on the other block, that will be the same thing. mg pulling downwards with tension pulling upwards. However, for this block, the mg will overcome the tension because it is moving in a downward direction.
Now, simplify for tension and plug it in to the system of equations to solve for A.
And when you plug in the variables, we're assuming g is equal to 10 for simplicity. You plug this in, m of 2 is 2 times 10 minus m of 1 is 1 times, that's the acceleration, plus 1 times 10 is equal to 2 times a. So when you simplify that, you get 20 minus a minus 10 is equal to 2a. Then you bring the a over and simplify this side, so you get 10 is equal to 3a. Then when you divide the 3 over, you get that the acceleration is equal to 10 over 3. And that's your answer, all using the formula F equals ma. Hi, my name is Richard Bobby, and I'm here to tell you about force jar. Let me tell you about force jar. Force jar is a revolutionary new technology developed by Norwegian scientists. It utilizes compressed air in specific quantities so that upon release, each jar expels a certain amount of force, ranging from 10 newtons to 20 newtons. Each one is better for each specific job. Why force jar, you might ask? Well, the beautiful thing about force jar is the forces that they release, along with all forces in the universe, cause things to have an acceleration. Now, let me show you how that works. Tired of being bullied?
Hey man, you dropped this book.
I have a mass of 60 kilograms.
And you just hit me with 20 newtons of force. That means I accelerated backwards.
1/3 meters per second squared.
Force jar. Tired of studying for the SAT? Use force jar. Tired of opening doors? Use the 20 Newton force jar. This door
Has a mass of about 10 kilograms.
when I release the force jar on it, it's going to accelerate in about 2 meters per second. Ready? Wow. Whoever controls the force controls the acceleration. And whoever controls the acceleration controls the world. Buy now. Only $19.95.